Testing 1, 2. Testing 1, 2.
You can talk again.
Testing 1, 2. Testing 1, 2. Testing 1, 2. Alpha, beta, gamma.
Okay. So we start.
Welcome to the show.
Uh-huh.
What the show's about.
And
We take a
then-
peek behind the curtain.
and then
Enjoy.
Enjoy to discover.
Yeah.
And
Okay.
welcome to the show to discover.
Okay.
So in 3, 2, 1.
Hello, welcome to the show. This is a very special show. But first, a quick update. Today I had lunch with Terry and his lovely wife, Lily. It's his birthday. He's doing quite well. And we just completed another show with Melissa Thunder. She's a field reporter. She's been looking for her father for 37 years, and with a little bit of help from Angel, she found him, and he didn't even know he had a daughter. I have a wonderful, wonderful show. He's interviewed and she's interviewed. It's just wonderful. And Jared, yay, he's back from India, and his lovely new wife, Sachi, are back here in Miraflores, Lima, Peru. So we have a complete team now. And Jared is the house astrologer, so we'll tap on him for information. And first, we're going to be talking about Sylvia Celeste Brown. And we're going to take a peek behind the curtain. In my opinion, the most important entity I have ever met that is on the planet, that could have been on the planet. We'll be right back. We're okay?
Yes, was enjoying, but it works.
Okay,
So don't worry,
all right.
it works.
Okay, then I start talking about Sylvia.
Yeah, so the person just see the reading
Yeah,
and we return.
yeah,
Welcome back.
yeah.
So Sylvia, so that was my reading.
Yeah.
The idea is that this is like a.
The body.
If you forget something, you can see it, no? But the idea
Yeah.
is that you can flow with the
The
words.
body. It's the body of the
Yes.
story. It's the whole story.
Yes.
And I can talk 10, 15 minutes, whatever
Yes.
I want.
The idea is that you only need the paper if you forget something
Yeah.
in the order. No,
Yeah.
you can see it
Yeah.
because it look more natural
Yeah.
when you are
Yeah.
talking.
And then at the end, I say, be right back. That's easy.
Yes.
Okay, and end up with Leo. All right.
So this is 10
Okay.
to 10 to 15 minutes. You
Okay.
feel free. If
Yeah,
feel-
you give me a signal if I'm going to
Yes.
wrap it up.
If it's less,
Okay?
don't worry.
All right.
So we're going to return. Welcome back. The person just see
Okay.
Sylvia's reading. In 3, 2, 1.
Welcome back, Sylvia Brown. I walked in her office. I had my questions written down in my suit pocket. I'm a speech and language pathologist, licensed in California, 20 plus years at that time. Had 3 offices, Santa Monica, Pasadena, and Beverly Hills, 27 full-time staff. She answered the questions telepathically. It wasn't until like the 4th question I noticed her mouth was not moving that I realized that she was telepathically communicating with me. It was the most amazing thing. Actually, when it very first happened, I guess it's the mailing. I kind of got angry because we had never talked about telepathy in San Jose State University or at any of the conferences, or just telepathy was never even possible. Didn't even think about it. So my whole life changed. My whole life changed. I can't even describe what happened, but I will give you just to come to the highlights. I was only with her a couple months, and it's all true. The stuff she did was all true. All the bad press is a bunch of hooey. Bunch of hooey. She was for real. And she trained me she accepted me as a minister in training. She waived all the fees, which was pretty cool. She trained me in cell memory therapy herself and hypnosis, a certified practitioner in 1996, trained by Sylvia directly. And I was a minister in training with her organization. It was very, 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 very interesting. I watched her, she is was a full trance channel, When she leaves her body and another entity enters, and very, very powerful. And she would daily communicate, as needed, communicate with Francine, her spirit guide, very special, loving entity. And I witnessed her channel Rahim, incredibly powerful entity on the other side. And September 21st, 1996, the light came out of my chest. I got a blessing to work with guardian angels. So it's kind of like a near-death experience, but it wasn't a near-death experience. And just, came back from the other side with some psychic skills. Be able to communicate with guardian angels to help people learn their lessons with the least amount of pain, their charted lessons. And what I'm doing is just sandbox stuff. Sylvia was building cities of unconditional love and knowledge. So I'm not in any way comparable in any way to Sylvia. I was just blessed to be able to witness and be near her and to begin to resonate somewhat like her. Just by being near her was that powerful. So, and then being a speech path, working on communication, I'm working with, teenagers in love who are cerebral palsied. They can't eat, let alone talk. And I'm trying to help them work on talking. So these are really passionate people. And, you might be the only person that can sit and talk to them for 45 minutes to find out what it is that they're crying about and they've been upset about for 2 weeks. You're the only professional who can help them. And then try to, share the message. Or get a communication device or augmentative device or something, whatever has to be done. But telepathy comes in speech path, trying to help. I think telepathy comes in most healing professions. So, very, very amazing. And just toss my own 2 cents in here. Sylvia's 5-star, her son is 5-star. Christopher, he's 5-star. He's exceptional. He's the real deal. Basically what I did is I channeled angels for a while. And when you ask somebody, I'm in Silicon Valley, right? You go out on Friday night and you go to some nice place, Los Gatos or something, it's, meet people and someone sits down next to you and have a nice conversation and you ask you what you do and you say you channel angels. They look at you and go, angles? I go, no, angels. They go, angles? I go, no, angels. And then they just get up and walk away. So, and then the ones that are interested, they're curious because they want to know if their roof leaks, if the roof leaks, or if the mechanic's cheating, or, some kind of psychic question. So I'm like, no, angels. Angels are messengers between, you and Source, you and Divine Mother God, Father God. They're messengers for you. They're a messenger. They're at your side. Kind of like a spirit guide. But they're not spirit guides. Spirit guides are people that have passed on. So, and then I helped a person and found some evidence of missing girl. And it just sort of tied things up with my psychic skills that I developed, was blessed with. So none of that would have ever happened if it wasn't for Sylvia. None of that would have happened if it wasn't for Sylvia. So I'll be right back. Be right back.
Okay, perfect. So we have like 8-9 minutes of talking. Perfect.
It was okay?
Yes.
Okay.
So now we are going to commercials.
I say welcome back.
No, we see commercials. We see the cartoon.
Oh yeah,
You know. So when we welcome
the
back.
cartoon again.
Yes, we were going to see the cartoon.
Okay.
So you can say something about the cartoon.
Yeah.
Car wash. No. No.
Oh, this is right where the car wash comes back in.
Yes. So.
Okay, so the cow is going to come down, and the squirrel is going to be there. Is just the
Cow.
squirrel won't be there.
No, so the person just see the cartoon, the public, and we return here.
Oh, back to me.
So when you
So I have to blend it in.
yeah, so welcome back.
Cow wash.
Cow wash.
I don't know, man. Cow wash. I don't know. Who wrote that? Fernando. Who wrote? Oh, where's Fernando? Fernando.
So
Something like that?
Yes,
Okay.
something funny, no? So continue with the missing girl. You
Yeah.
know, blah 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 blah. blah. You
Did I
start
say
talking.
anything about the missing girl? I already did, huh?
Yes.
Oh, good. Okay.
Yes.
All
so
right.
now you have to talk about
Missing girl.
all the case missing girl. No.
Okay.
When you you are talking about the
Mhm.
money. No, I don't receive the money.
Mhm.
That's the sign that you know that the bird is coming. No? So the
Mhm.
bird came. You know that the bird is talking to you.
Oh yeah.
Yeah. So
Watch this.
Watch this. To this.
You
camera,
too. Watch this.
No.
Both of you. Right?
Yes. Perfect. no?
Okay.
And then we make a break.
I'll fall down. Okay.
I will have to be here
Mm-hmm.
because now I'm looking the audio.
Yeah.
It's so cool. But when we broadcast live, I won't necessarily be here because here I'm going to be editing live.
Go right ahead.
So
Go right ahead.
it's like that positions now.
Yeah. We'll have pretty girls bending over. You just push the button and be pretty girls bending over.
Okay, so the person just see the commercials and the cartoon, the cow wash cartoon. So you have to welcome back.
Okay.
Make some funny about the cartoon, about the cow wash.
All right. Now talk about the missing girl.
And then you enter again.
Okay. Did I say anything about Leo Jones? No.
No,
Okay.
no. So you can
Okay.
enter with you.
Okay. Okay.
Let me put the
right.
time. Okay. So in 3, 2, 1.
Welcome back. Welcome back, the cow wash. Welcome back, cow wash. Oh, okay, more serious business. Now, Sylvia Brown, okay. Get this blessing to work with angels. Okay. So I'm getting frustrated. I'm really getting frustrated because I want people to communicate with their guardian angel. Hello, guardian angel, you know, to learn your lessons with the least amount of pain. And I only really talked to like 2 people in, a year and a half. They really wanted to talk to their guardian angel. It's pretty sad. And I tried a lot. Of course, you go to the other side and get a blessing like that, you don't come back normal. So people pretty quickly figure out, something's, this guy wants to talk to angels. Hello, goodbye. So the 2 were, one was a lady, an Asian lady on Geary, San Francisco. She had this big overcoat on. She was at a bus stop. She was crying. She'd just been diagnosed with some kind of horrible cancer. She just smelled terrible. We both hugged and cried. I channeled a guardian angel. And the other one was especially beautiful Iranian woman. everywhere she went, people looked at her because she was just so beautiful, just without any makeup. And she was just so beautiful. She was just like kind of having a really hard time with it. And those are the only two people. And I probably communicated with at least 150, at least, more than that. So I was at the point where, like, you know, I'm giving up psychic stuff. It's just angel stuff. So, okay, I'm on 48th Avenue in San Francisco, which is at the beach. It's 1 block from the beach. Kind of like under the Golden Gate Bridge at the Cliff House. You know where the Cliff House is. And I'm staying there, and I'm clicking the clicker, you know, watching, you know. And nothing's happening, and there's only not many stations where I am. So I see this lady, and she's crying. And I don't care what it is, I'm just clicking. So when I see her, she's crying, and her lips going like this. You know, it's going like this. You know, and you're starting to cry or something. And my lips started doing that. It was like really weird. My lips started going like that, and I click around, and my lip kept doing that. So I go over again, and there's the lady, she's going, and my lip just kept doing that. I'm like, what the, you know, and I click around again. It was only like about 6 or 7 stations. And then I get to the end, and she's going, oh, my daughter, find my daughter, in San Francisco, we need my daughter. And I'm like, what, that's weird. That's so weird. And then the show ended. That's all I saw. That's all I know. It was a Sally Jesse Raphael show in New York. That's all I saw. So I'm like, huh. I don't know. Maybe I'll, you know. I had been looking for young children that were females that had been abducted and had some success. And I had found a murderer with Leo Jones Fargo Countermeasures, and found the murderer at Half Moon Bay, not too far away. So I'm thinking, well, you know, my lip is going, you know, it's just find this girl, find this missing girl. So I asked Daisy, should I look for the girl? Daisy said yes. And I said, is the girl alive? And Daisy said no. And Daisy said she was underwater, but she was okay. She was dead, she was underwater, but she was okay because she passed on. I'm like, okay. So I said, well, you know, Daisy, will you bring me to where it happened? Will you bring me to something? She said she'd bring me to some stuff, so it's just some evidence. I'm like, okay, cool. So I go down, get in the Volvo. Daisy goes left, right, go here, go there. Park the car over in the parking spot where she says to park. Go down the trail. She brings me exactly to the spot. I look, I don't see anything. I keep looking and looking and looking and looking. Brings me back to the spot again. I look and there's a hole. You'll see it. It was down a hole. And there was a piece of cement and some water and seaweed. Daisy said, it's down there. I don't see anything. It's in the cement wall at the ocean. So I put my foot down in there, wiggle the piece of cement, and the water goes down and the seaweed moves and a pair of shoes float up to the top. I go, holy mackerel. That's not actually what I said, but something a little more rude. And it frightened me. And I got up and walked away, walked all the way across the area where I was. Then I figured I better go back because it could be the girl's shoes. And I went back and reached down and picked them up. And if you've ever had way too much alcohol and thrown up and there's nothing left to throw up and you're still barfing, but you just call it dry heaves. Well, when my fingers put in the back of those heels and pulled them up, that feeling went right at my fingers, right at my hand, right at my arm, right to my wrist, and I just started going, standing there on the cement wall. And there were people looking at me and I'm going, now what? Now what? This has got to be this girl's shoes. You know, I call a homicide detective and say, you know, I talked to angels and it's this the girl's shoes. I'm their guy. Hello? Sammy, go bye-bye. So, kind of freaked me out. You know, what do? Do I risk my neck to try to Stop the suffering for this mom. I know the girl's probably already dead. That's what Daisy said. And it felt like these are the girl's shoes. Should I just keep my mouth shut? Now I got these shoes. Now what do I do? Put the shoes in my car? What if I put the shoes in my car, the Volvo, and I'm driving back? You know, come on. What should I do? Daisy said, I'll protect you. I'm like, okay, thank you, Daisy. I called the Oakland homicide detective, 3:30. 3:30, I called the Oakland homicide detective. Yeah. He's really respectful. Actually, that's not correct. He's really, 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 really respectful. He inquires the whole story. He says he'll be there tomorrow with his supervisor or his partner. So, at the time I was an instructor with Leo Jones, Fargo Countermeasures. Countermeasures is protection from spies and producing equipment that can be used for spying. Not using it, but producing the equipment for it. And Leo was the main guy, Army, Navy, Marines, Air Force, not the FBI though, he didn't make stuff for the FBI. He was also with a whole bunch of people. Let me just leave it at that. Anyway, so Leo said, well, I'll go with you. So you'll actually see Leo in the video, the old guy sitting there. No Sam Bell driving on Pacific River. You'll see Leo. That's Leo Jones, Fargo Countermeasures. He's the real deal. Leo's the real deal. As a matter of fact, to use the reference, Oakland homicide detective was contacted by the missing girl's mother at 3 o'clock. I called him at 3:30. The Oakland homicide detective listened to the mother say that the FBI psychic named Dorothy Allison, who she was on the show with, the Sally Jesse Raphael show, after the show ended, walked off the stage, took a pen and paper, and wrote down 3 names. One of the names was Bell. That's my name, Sam Bell. She said, I immediately walked to the phone and called the Oakland homicide detective from New York and told him that the 3 names, and said one of the names was Bell, and that he would get involved and find evidence. I called him at 3:30. So he knew what was going on when I called. Nobody tells me. Nobody tells me. Now back to Leo. Leo was I was an instructor with Leo at Fargo. I was one of his instructors at Fargo Countermeasures. Francis Ford Coppola made a movie in 1974, a drama thriller called The Conversation, a great movie, The Conversation. And it was based on Leo. And Gene Hackman plays Leo, includes Harrison Ford and Sidney Williams. It was filmed right in San Francisco. And part of it was filmed in his office. And actually there's one little teeny tiny little clip where he's in it right at the beginning with that pantomime guy is dancing around. Leo walks through this spot. It is actually a really fine film. You want to get the idea of what Leo did, what I helped Leo do with my psychic skills. It was, go watch it. It's a National Society of Film Critics Award for Best Director. And weeks before, he had asked me to help locate a murderer. Or what happened to a lady. You know, it was a lady that was murdered and wrapped in chains in Half Moon Bay and disposed of out in the bay. And I brought him to the boat with the murderer on it. So he knew I could do it, which was pretty cool. Now the mother, the reason I did the whole thing was the mother was suffering. I knew the girl was dead. Okay, and the girl was okay. She doesn't want the mother to suffer, but the girl's okay. She's in heaven. Really, the other side's really nice. Really, 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 really nice. So the mother was suffering terribly and not knowing what's going on. And the father was an educator. He was just, like a really grounded guy. They were a really nice couple. She was suffering so much, and that's why I got involved and called to stop this mother's suffering, because she was suffering so much. My lip went nuts, and I was driven. And Daisy said she'd protect me, and I'm like, holy mackerel. So there was a $10,000 reward. I said to the mother, and I said to the father, I'm just trying to help you with that. I'm just trying to help you with that. I don't want the reward. I don't want the reward. You don't believe me? Watch this. That's adequate?
Perfect.
Okay.
So we have 12 minutes of this part.
Perfect.
So it's perfect. So now the persons,
This goes here.
yes, so they will see your material.
Oh, my show.
Your
Yeah.
you
Mine.
with
Yeah,
the
yeah. What they're watching
shoes,
now.
going with the camera,
Yeah.
no? So
Yeah.
it's perfect, no?
Yeah.
It fits perfect. So when this is finished, we're going to return here.
Mm-hmm.
You will be with the woodcock, and the woodcock is going to say, "Oh yes, you were right. Everything is conscious."
The squirrel is with the woodcock or
No.
me?
You.
Yeah.
In
Oh, the
my-
woodcock here.
Yes.
And what's going to say?
Oh yes, you're right. No, everything is conscious. So you're going to say yes, Mr. Woodcock.
I'm going to pretend. No, I'm going to pretend they say that.
Yes. So he's with you,
And
right?
I'm
now.
going to say everything is
Everything
conscious.
No, bye bye, Mr. Woodcock. No, nice travel. No, and he's
Yeah.
going to fly away.
Yeah.
We're going to see when
Okay.
flying away. No?
Okay. I can exaggerate and
Yes.
whatever.
Yes.
Or should I just go like right out towards the sunset? Should I go out this way
Yes.
to the left
Yes, to this.
to Pachamama?
No, it's going to be only the bird. No, the bird's going to go away.
Into the scene, correct?
Yes,
But
you.
Pachamama will still be up above, right?
Yes, Pachamama can.
Well, wait, what were you thinking?
Well, just the bird.
Just
flying
watch
away.
it flying like this?
Yes.
Back kind of like,
Yes. Yes. Perfect,
Okay.
no? And then you return with the persons
yeah.
and put the conclusions. No, so.
And goodbye, Mr. And then the conclusions that everything is conscious, and the next show with Melissa.
Yes.
And if you'd like a reading, go to the website. We've got some cool stuff.
Yes. No. Bye.
Right.
You and your daughters can see my person.
Yeah.
No?
Okay. And this could be as long as I want.
Yes.
Okay. So now, okay, so I just ended with the bird, and I'm picking up with what I'm saying. Goodbye, Miss. No, I didn't say goodbye yet. No, I'm
No.
gonna. They're going to come back, and I'm
So-
going to pretend the bird's saying you are. Oh my, you're right.
Yes.
Okay, so then I'm going to say, I'm going to be talking to the bird.
Yes.
Let me get the microphone here. I'm going to be talking to the bird, and I'm going to be saying, everything is conscious. Don't you know everything is conscious? Even the little rocks, the trees, everything's conscious. Come on now. Goodbye, Mr. Woodcock. Goodbye. Something like that.
Yes. Perfect.
Okay.
And then you continue talking, and you.
And then I come back
Yes.
and say, Mother Nature. Now, just sort of wrap up about what you just saw, how that,
Yes.
right? And then next show, you
Makes-
got to see the next show. It's a really good show with Melissa.
Yes.
Right. And then,
How to contact with you.
yeah.
Bye bye.
Yeah. So I was going to start off with everything is conscious.
Yes. So you
Because
are.
I left off, leaving off, I was right, listen to this, right?
Yes.
So now I'm going to start off looking
Yes.
over here?
Start looking here,
Yeah.
and then look to the woodcock.
Oh, because he was talking?
Yes, and you're going to start talking. The woodcock fly
Yeah.
away, and
Oh, actually, I ended up last time saying,
you better watch this.
you better watch this. So I could
Yes.
say, yeah, that shut you up.
Yes.
Okay.
And the bird talk.
Yeah. I could say, that shut you up. Or no, that shut you up. Everything is conscious. No?
No, the bird is going to talk.
Bird's talking.
Yes.
So I'm like this, and then I look over here, the bird's talking, then I'm saying, everything is conscious. Everything.
Yes.
Something like that.
Perfect.
I got it talking to the mic. I got to scoot over here.
Well, we have good audio when you are.
Okay.
So.
Yeah, but if I'm looking here, it's okay now?
Yes, the audio
Okay.
is center perfect.
All right. So, okay, let me hang on a second. Everything's conscious. Goodbye, Mr. Woodcock. Safe journey. Goodbye. Toot-toot. Don't bump into a tree. Don't bruise your cock. Is that cool?
Yes.
All right. Okay.
Okay, so you
All
tell
right.
when you're ready.
Okay. All right. So I start here, then I look over there, and I pretend he's talking to me.
Yes.
Okay.
Okay, so in 3, 2, 1, go.
Everything is conscious. Come on now. When are you going to learn your lesson, pal? Everything is conscious. Everything, every subatomic particle knows what to do. Goodbye, Mr. Woodcock. Don't bruise your cock in a tree. Bye-bye. That's how Mother Nature puts it together. You know, Einstein said imagination was the way to go, so imagination is what we're using here sometimes. Now, conclusions about this program. Again, no words I have can express my respect for Sylvia Browne. And I have no words that can describe how fabulous and wonderful and honest and truthful she was. She was not a hoax. All that stuff that you read about is not true. Not true. So, Christopher, her son's a real deal. The real deal. One thing I've learned from Sylvia and from Terry and from Leo and from other people, my Uncle Frank McGee, NBC News, is life is not easy. And there's spiritual lessons in every act you take. So the easiest way to learn your lessons with the least amount of pain is come from a spot of patience and compassion. Justice is okay, but patience and compassion is what's needed the most. Now, the next show is I cried a lot for 2 different days as we found her father. It's about Melissa. Melissa has been a field reporter for the Sam Bell Show years, maybe 4 or 5 years, maybe more than 5 years. And she's been searching for her father for 37 years. She found him with the help of angels. He didn't know he had a daughter. He desperately, desperately, desperately was seeking a family. He felt he had a family. All she had was his name. That's all she had. And I assisted, Daisy assisted, her guardian angel assisted, and she is so happy. And I recorded a show with him and a show with her, and that'll be the next program. It's a touching show. Again, it's an example of the female aspect of divinity. It just has such unconditional, limitless love. Yeah. If she hadn't kept looking for him, they wouldn't have found, because he didn't even know. Oh, it's wonderful. So, If you want to contact me, please go to the website, www.sambellshow.com. And right now we have a special. All you have to do is follow the instructions, and I'll take care of it. All I need is a little bit of information, that's all. Your signature, accept PayPal, and we have some deals, and we can always help you out. Also some free things. And an astrologer, which is pretty cool. So we're going to have a variety of healing and healthy items for all ages. That's one of the goals of the show. We have some true artists. Sachi and Grace is just magnificent, truly magnificent. And Sachi just got back from India. Right now she's teaching a class on Introduction to Watercolor. She's so talented. You'll see some of her work. And of course, Grace is the cartoonist, I think is the right term. I consider her an artist. She's so talented. So, don't be afraid to contact me. You and all your loved ones are always in my prayers. Bye-bye. Okay?